I'm embarrassed to say how I met her. It just makes me feel really old because I met her like 20 years ago. Oh my God, it must be 20 years ago.
Yeah.
God. Okay, I met her 20 years ago when she so nicely used to call me Miss Singer because I was her high school teacher. And okay, I don't know why that's like embarrassing. Like I'm like, but wait, she's just my friend.
You were young.
I was super young. We'll play that card. I was super young back then, which I am no longer, but I was super young back then. So I met Leanne when I was a high school teacher out at Newburgh High School 20 years ago. And since that time, she obviously has fully grown up and become an amazing woman who I've enjoyed following and keeping in touch with over the years. And she is now the owner of a dollhouse.
Doll face.
What do I call that? Doll face. Oh my God, now I'm going to screw the whole thing up. Doll face aesthetics, of which I have visited and gone and gotten these amazing facials. And it's inside the Trio Salon. It's in Bridgeport Village. Right now, obviously, with everything that's going on, the salon is closed, which means a lot of bad news for a lot of us. Like, we're responsible for this now all on our own. Which is a problem. It's a problem. So I asked Leanne to join me today to talk like all things skincare, all things like self-care while we're stuck in our house. But she's been doing this since 2003. So a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. And the first reason why I reached out to her was to chat with her about, yes, as you'll notice, I no longer have eyelashes. These are my own eyelashes. But when this all happened, my first reach out to her was about eyelash extensions. And what am I going to do when they all start falling out one by one, but I cannot come visit to have them removed. So we're going to start with that. And if you're tuning in right now, even if you're male, hang tight because there will be other things besides lash extensions happening. But this is where we're starting because this was the initial freak out for me. All right, Leanne, give us some insight.
So our lashes, right now, everybody's are just growing out. What's important is to make sure that you still keep them really clean. So you are using your cleanser still, you're using your little brush, you're getting in there and you're getting them really clean. If you're not cleaning them, that's a perfect environment and opportunity for you to develop lash mites, and you don't want those. So keep them really clean. Make sure you keep them brushed so that they're all going the same direction. And this is probably the only time you're going to hear your lash extension lady tell you that it's okay to wear mascara. Like, put it on. It's going to make you feel better. But make sure you wash it off. Like, you want to really get in there. If you can see little black specks and it kind of still looks like you're wearing liner, you're not washing good enough. You got to really get in there with your brush, and you can be gentle, but just, make sure that you're getting them clean.
So what if I want to take them off because they're so sparse? Anything, or I just let them fall out?
You just let them grow. If they start to get too long and a little bit too heavy, you could take a little tiny scissors and trim down the length of the extension. Just natural lash in there. But really, we're just trying to keep you keeping you with them on and letting them grow out. And I know for my clients, when they come back, nobody saw this coming. So I am not charging for full sets. So if you've got lashes on, we are going to book out the time of a full set, but I'm only charging you for a fill. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, no one saw this coming, and we want you to be able to easily put yourself back into your routines without being so financially impacted by this. So
see, this is why we support small businesses. This is why we go to the one person salon. This is why we go visit all those people who are just so, we're all in the same boat, right? We're all in this together. That it's financially, it does not actually matter what you do. There is some financial burden for all of us right now. So that's awesome. Okay, so my next thing has to do with we are home. We're not really leaving the house often, maybe for the walk around the neighborhood. But I believe very strongly, hence the reason I am dressed. Someone yesterday asked me on one of my Zoom calls, they're like, stand up, what's on the bottom? And I was like, I have on nice pants. Like, I have to get dressed, right? Like, I have to fully get dressed, or else this just feels like one long, I don't know. The 2 days that I didn't get dressed in the past 3 weeks, like that I didn't actually do things, were like horrible days. So clearly we don't need a whole face of makeup. But what are your tips for like what's the how do I just feel better?
First off, we got to be cleansing our skin. That'll help wake you up. You're going to feel a little more rejuvenated. Put on a little bit of moisturizer. That's going to just give you more of a dewy, glowy look. That's going to make your skin feel better. But I have a couple of products, and I made sure I had them that I use every day. One is this. It is an eye concealer eye cream.
Okay, really, before you keep going, you don't have to write these down. We're gonna drop all of these in the comments. So we'll drop all of them in the comments so you can just listen to us or listen, not me, don't listen to me. I have no good advice on this. You can listen to Leanne on and hear, and we'll put them all in there.
Yeah.
Keep going.
There's a lot of great skincare lines out there, a ton. The one that I use and I've used for years is called Pavonia. And this is a Pavonia product. It's their eye renewal conceal and de-age treatment. So this is going to have two things. It's going to conceal under your eyes, and you'll notice it immediately when you put it on. That it's giving you a little bit of brightness and color, and it's helped disguise, any shadows or anything that you have there. And it really does work immediately. And then it's also an eye cream. So it's got vitamins and things that are going to help just be anti-aging and preventative. And then the second thing is in the same line, they have a tinted moisturizer. And this is legitimately like a moisturizer. It's got good things for your skin for the day. It also has SPF. It's an SPF 30, so that's great full coverage. And it's self-adjusting. So this really does work for any skin type. And again, you notice it immediately when you put it on. When I started using it about a year and a half ago, all day long, people would ask me what I used and what was on my skin because it really gives you a glow. It's really reflective in the light and your skin just looks better. So I like those two products. I always put on my eyebrows. You look really naked without them, and everybody feels sad when they don't have their eyebrows on. So draw on your eyebrows, put on some blush and some lip gloss, and you really will feel better.
Okay. So it's the I think I'm skipping the cleansing because maybe I'm bad, but I only do it at night. I mean, I do the shower wash, but I don't like do like the cleanse in the
So if
morning.
you're cleansing really good at night and you shower in the morning, it is okay just to splash your face in the morning and just rinse, and then get out and you'll tone and then put your moisturizer or whatever you're going to do for the day. But yeah, just make sure you get a really good cleanse at night then. That's okay.
So I don't know what's happening with my lights, but it was yeah, for the record, I didn't learn how to do any of this until like, I don't know, 6 months ago, of even putting on anything. So okay, so that's what we need to do, a little bit just to keep us alert, awake, and looking good. That's super helpful. We'll drop those two products in the comments. I had a friend the other day, I won't call her out, she knows who she is, who we were chatting about skincare ourselves, and I'll just say it. Most of my friends are pushing 50. I think we look good for pushing 50. Most of us are pushing 50, and we're tired, we got kiddos, all that good stuff. What is the biggest thing you would tell us that now that we have a little more time on our hands, a little less because we're caring for children more, but a little more time on our hands, that what should we be doing for our skin? Like, are we genuinely too late to the party because we haven't been doing it for 20 years? What do we do for 50-year-old skin?
There's a few things you can do, and it's not too late. It's never too late. It just sort of changes what your game plan is. So
Okay.
if you had come to me, in your 30s, we would have started you with like your.
Oh, I came to you in my 30s. You were a student.
I know. But we started you with like the basics: cleansing, toning, moisturizing, serums. We would have worked on like vitamin C and just building those foundations. But as you age, we kind of shift that a little bit. So it's still really important to be using a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer. And then your serum just varies, and your moisturizer ingredients, but they vary just depending on what we're trying to target. So in your 50s and even earlier, as we're trying not to age, a really important thing is to start incorporating vitamin A, which is a retinoid. So something that
Okay, I'm
is,
writing this down.
yeah, something that is going to speed up your cell turnover. So, what that means is that you're getting your freshest, most youthful cells always to the surface of your skin, and it helps diminish fine lines and wrinkles. It helps, it just really helps you look more youthful. And that's what's going to topically do that. It can be a little bit drying. So sometimes people will come to me and say, like, oh, I used it and I can't. It really made my skin sensitive. You have to ramp up your usage of vitamin A. So anytime you incorporate that into your skincare regimen, you are going to use it like first week, maybe once or twice. And then the second week, you might go to 3 or 4 times. But you're ramping up that usage to a consistency. Um, Otherwise, you will overdry your skin. And if you find that you are getting a little bit flaky, maybe it's just an every other day kind of thing. And on the opposite day of your retinoid usage, we just use something that's just kind of like a sensitive hydrating cream or something.
So, if I'm totally throwing you, I didn't tell you this one was coming at all. If I drop all your information here, would you do a FaceTime call with someone to talk to them about products?
Oh yeah, yeah. And the company that I use, Pavonia, is doing drop shipping. So if there's something that you want, I can order it, have it drop shipped to your house, and I am covering the shipping costs for clients.
That's
So
awesome.
anything that you need, if now's the time that you want to work on any sort of issue, we can make sure that you get those good products in there to your house. And you don't have
Okay, that's awesome.
yeah.
So, the other thing I was going to ask you is, I am definitely not eating anywhere like I normally do.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of, I think we're all going to come out of this either way bigger than we came in or way smaller. Everybody I talk to is either like not eating or like eating all the crap. I'm on the second group of people. Apparently, that's what I do now. I eat crap. I eat a lot of sugar. Give me all the chocolate right now. Um, and what is that doing to my skin?
So you're a roadmap for your body. Um, you I know when my clients come in if they are somewhere out of balance, and it typically manifests itself around your jawline right through here with these. And if it's like sugar, or you're not getting enough sleep, or something's out of whack with your hormones, they usually aren't the little kind of pimples that you can just pop. They are usually these kind of like deep, festering, you know big red ones, and you're like, where did this come from? It won't go away. Well, what are you eating? How much sugar did you have? Did you drink any water, or was it just wine? Like, yeah, so we got to make sure in this time, especially with all of this stress, it's going to manifest itself on your face. Your face is just made that way. It is a roadblock. I can tell if you're carrying stress. I can tell if what you're eating is really acting up. I can tell if your hormones are out of balance. Those are kind of the areas where it's going to show up on your face. And I think that I don't know, I think our bodies are designed to do that. So you can literally look in the mirror and it reflects back to you where you're out of balance in your life.
Great. So apparently, I have stress, out of balance, and hormones. Fabulous.
So the thing about hormonal too is that's twofold. It's affected by everything you eat, if you're getting enough sleep, and if you're stressed, will throw those all out of whack. So people almost always break out right here around their jawline and mouth area. And so it doesn't mean that you can't indulge. It just means like you really have to make sure you wake up and you're drinking a big glass of water in the morning and you're trying to get your water in throughout the day. That is flushing your system and that is helping your body, take in that alcohol that we're probably all drinking right now.
Out of the
And
box.
the box, the bottle, the flask, you name it. It's all of them. Um, and it's also going to help your body process all these refined carbs and sugars too. And try to sleep. I mean,
So because we can't come see you to have you adjust all of those lovely little blemishes, we're gonna get into it now. Do we touch them? Do we pop them? Do we leave them be? What do we do with all of them?
if it is not absolutely to the point where you can pop it and it's done, don't touch it. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna fester, but if you try to just like keep working it out, it's only gonna get worse. And you have the potential to scar. I mean, our skin loses its ability to kind of heal as we age. So if you're in there picking and, a month from now, we're going to know. It's not going to have healed all the way and we're going to know. So,
All right. So so I'll leave them be. I'll leave them be. My other question is about the guys.
yeah.
I know that you have a group of guys that come in and get their facials as well. What advice do you have for the guys in all of this?
It's not actually super different. Especially if they are head of household or big money makers, I'm sure they're feeling some pressure and stress. So make sure that you are sleeping well at night, getting plenty of water throughout the day. And then again, make sure that you're cleansing and using your moisturizer. And if you are doing something outdoors, that you're wearing your sunblock.
Different products for the guys than the girls?
I mean, honestly, I'm sure that you probably don't want your husband using your expensive creams and washes, but it really isn't that much different. They really do. If your husband or you yourself or somebody who shaves, they're exfoliating more often than we are because of that. So they don't usually need like extra exfoliation like we do. But for the most part, they can pretty much use everything that we do. We just sometimes tailor it for smells. Like if they don't want to smell like roses, well,
But we like the way we smell, so maybe it's even better for us around having now that they're here all the time. I'm going to tell my husband that one. I might make him watch this when he's out of work today. Okay, so let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? Anything else you want to cover?
I forget one little product for lashes. If your lashes are starting to fall out or whatever, do a lash serum. There's all kinds out there. This one is Babe Lash. It works really, really well. You put it on like a liquid eyeliner. So see, it's got like a little wand at the end.
Yeah.
So you're just going to close your eye and you're going to paint it across like you would a liquid eyeliner. And what it does is it makes it so you hold on to your lashes longer, so they have the ability to grow longer. So that your natural lashes are longer. It doesn't necessarily stimulate growth. It's just helping you hang on to it. And this is kind of one of those products too, like when you use a retinol, like I tell my clients to ramp up their usage. A lot of times people will come to me and be like, oh, I use this one and it really made my eyes pink. Well, they're probably one, using too much. If you can feel the product on the brush, you've got enough. If you pull it out and it's got like a big glob at the end, you've got too much. So you just want to know that it's damp and it's just going on right there. And like I said, kind of ramp up your usage. So maybe weeks 1 and 2, you're only using it a couple of times. And by week 3, you're every other night. And by week 4, you're daily. But this is something also I can ship, or this is one I have on hand that I can just meet people and they can buy if they want to. But a lash serum will really help you not feel that disconnect from when you were getting long lashes to your natural lashes.
So I'm going to ask the $1,000,000 question, as we're all working on health, about chemicals and all of that in all the products.
So the line I use, Pavonia, is going to be paraben free, preservative free, alcohol free, added fragrance free. It really does meet all of the criteria that you would want in a responsible product line.
Cool.
Are awesome. They're one of the industry leaders, and it's why I've worked with them for 15 years in kind of like going green. And what I really love about them too is that they really did a good job of marrying science and nature.
Oh,
The
cool.
way they derive their ingredients is it's the correct way so that it has the best absorption into your skin. And that's really important. Like when we talk about things like vitamin C, everybody knows that oranges have vitamin C, but you can't just take an orange slice and rub it on your face. Like it's not how that works. So you need to get vitamin C in a way that your skin is going to absorb it and it's actually going to work. And this company does that well. Now with a lash serum, no, that's not really a
It's
thing.
chemical. I mean, it's chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it uses prostaglandin. But what I will tell you is that it actually is safe. Prostaglandin is, it was the way we got this is because it was an eye drop for glaucoma patients. And they would come into the eye doctor and their lashes would be super long and luxurious. And then they decided to just sell it with a brush and call it Latisse. It's the same exact stuff. So you could basically put it directly into your eye. I would not.
We're not recommending that. We are not recommending that.
We're not, but that's what it is. It's the same exact formulation. It's the same eye drop that glaucoma patients have been using forever. So it isn't all natural, and I will tell you that your all natural ones will work, but not as well.
Okay. All right. I promised I wouldn't take all of Leanne's lunch. And if you have other questions for Leanne, definitely drop them in the comments because we will both be on those this afternoon. We will drop all of the products that Leanne mentioned. For full disclosure, this is not about all the products. This was about what can you be doing and what do you need to do. So definitely just take the information. But any of those products, now I'm like torn. Do I get the lash serum? Do I not get the lash serum? And so I feel like I need it now that I don't have my eyelashes. Because now I just look tired. Now I just look tired all the time, which probably is true. I'm tired all the time. And so all the products are going to be in there. How you reach Leanne is going to be in there. If you're one of my friends who reached out about our aging skin, she can definitely do a call, see your skin, FaceTime the whole thing, and then tell you what you need to do, which would be awesome. And so, yeah, I think that's all I've got for today. For anyone who is watching these every day, tomorrow, my really good friend Brittany is gonna be on here with me. And Brittany is a cookie decorator. Well, she's a lot more than that. She's like way more than that. She's actually a high school teacher. She's extraordinary, but she runs a cookie business and she frosts royal icing frost cookies, like mind blowing. And so she's going to come on and teach all this. I know. So she's going to come on tomorrow and teach us how to do that since, again, we're home. Considering that the stores have no flour and sugar, apparently we're all turned into bakers. And so she's going to teach us that tomorrow. So 12:30 tomorrow. Join us here. If you have questions for Leanne, drop them in our comments and make it a great day. So.
Most importantly for your skin, just take care of yourself. Relax, make sure you drink water. Have a good day.
Thank you. Leanne, thanks for being here. Dollface Aesthetics, located at Bridgeport Village, which is temporarily closed, so reach out to Leanne directly. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.